Hello guys, it's Ramos here and welcome to a video covering all the races that exist in League of Legends. I've been working on this video for a very long time, and because I didn't do a giveaway in a while and because it's my birthday, there's a new one on this video. You just have to subscribe, like the video and share it. You have links below, and don't forget to also leave a comment. And there's also a new summer giveaway on Glim, so join that as well. I've been searching around trying to discover every species that we know until now, from dragons to demons and from Poros to Undeath. If you discover another one, you can talk about it in the comment section below. First we have the angelic beings, that are creatures with immense power that dedicate their life to fight the darkness. But not all of them remain true to their cause, and two examples that we have in the game right now are Kale and Morgana. Both with immense power, but both with different orientations, one to the light and one to the darkness. Next we have the Ascendants, an ancient immortal race that exists in the lifespan of the Shuriman Empire. They were formerly humans, but they were granted power and transformed into powerful beings, often through ancient rituals that involved the Sun Disk. Their forms after the transformations are often of symbolic animals, and because of the rituals Shurima fell. But some Ascendants still remain, and they are Nasus, Renekton, Xerath and Azir. Next we have the BRACKERNS, an ancient race of large crystalline scorpions that inhabited Kalamanda, Crystal Scar. During the Rune Wars, the BRACKERNS went into hibernation deep beneath the ground, waiting for the Rune Wars to end, and the first of them is Karner. For Celestial beings we have Soraka, that's a fallen one, we have Bard, and we have Aurelion Sol, that's also a Celestial being and also half dragon. And they are a race of enigmatic beings wielding powers that are said to be godlike. And they are protectors of Runeterra, seeding and influencing the tide of the world's past, present and future towards the greater good, or evil in the case of Aurelion. Next we have all the critters, monsters and minions that we can see on the map. This covers the wolves, the lizards, the wraiths, the golems and the reef scuttler, and all the small creatures that we can see around the map, including the Poro Owl and George. Then we have the CRYOPHOENIX, and the only CRYOPHOENIX we know about is Anivia. And she is a being of the coldest winter, a mystical embodiment of ice magic and an ancient protector of Freljord. And she's eternally bound to keep vigil over Freljord through life, death and rebirth. Victor is a cyborg. Desiring to improve himself and to get rid of all emotions, he replaced his human body parts with robotic ones, becoming a cyborg. Next up we have the Darkin, a demon-like winged race of humanoids. They have immense physical and mental power over the mankind. The only one that we know of for now is Atrox, but there are 5 of them remaining in existence, and some say Jax could be one of them as well. Next we have the demons, and the most famous demon in Runeterra for now is Tahm Kench, who embodies the greed of his victims. The demons seek vulnerable souls who are likely to enter a dark path with them, and in exchange for what they are offering, they would later on ask for something, either the victim's soul, or friends, or family, or something else. But it is known that for making a deal with the devil, you are damned. Next we have the dragons, and of course the 5 elemental dragons that we can see on Summoner's Rift, and also we have Shyvana, that's half dragon, and Aurelion Sol, that's more of a celestial being, but he's also a dragon. And the dragons care most about strength and might, and because they're egoistic and narcissistic, they are seeing the mixing of their blood with other blood as an abomination and a cancer that must be eradicated, and that's why Shyvana is hated by the rest of the dragons. Next up we have the elementals, and we know Malphite is an earth elemental and Brand is a possessed fire elemental that used to be probably human, but not much is known about them or the spirits that embody them. Fairies also exist in the world of League of Legends, and the only fairy that we know about for now is Pix, and that's Lulu's companion. And they are playful things that are even smaller than the Yordles, and they live in the forest, and they have the abilities to transform things in other things. Next we have the felines, and we know that Rengar is one of them, but he never knew his real parents and he was raised by humans, and that they were legendary hunters. And we also know that Nidalee is half feline. Galio is a gargoyle, and he was created by a mage to defend him. The mage name was Durand, and he created him for protection. A mighty construct forged in the image of a gargoyle kept him safe on his journeys. Ari is known to be a GUMIHO, that's a creature that appears in the oral tales and legends of Korea. Next of course we have the humans, that are many of the champions that appear in League of Legends, like Katarina or Akali or many others. and there are magical constructs as well that are transformed humans, and Varus is one of them, or altered humans like Janna, Nautilus or Rise, and then we have the reanimated human, and that is Urgot. Next we have the Iceborn, and the only known Iceborn by now is Lysandra, and they are an ancient human race, and they were granted immortality and a lot of power in icy forms by another race known as the Frozen Watchers. And they were created to serve the Watchers in time of rebellion. But later on a civil war was created among the three sisters, Lysandra, Sejuani and Ashe, dividing the people in Freljord and nearly extincting all of the Iceborn, the only known living Iceborn remaining Lysandra. Then we have the Manbasionians, if that's how you pronounce it, and the old shopkeeper is the only known one of them. Then we have the Marai, a sea-dwelling race who resembles both humans and aquatic creatures. They live in the sea and rely on an artifact known as the Moonstone and on its light to survive. And when the light began to disappear, a single Marai known as the Tide-Colored made a trade with a surface dweller for a new Moonstone. And that Tide-Color is Nami. And there's another race that's similar to those and to Yordles as well, and Fizz is one of them. Next we have the Minotaurs, and Alistar is a known Minotaur, and they are enormous humanoid bovines that lived in great tribes within the Great Barrier and are quite noble and valorous in their ways, kinda like Taurens. Next we have Otters as well, and the new shopkeeper is an Otter. Then we have the awesome Poros, and you all know and love them. They are mysterious, magical and most loved inhabitants originating from the Howling Abyss. Next we have the Sentients, that are mutated or transformed creatures, and the three of them that we know for now are Rammus, Wukong and Twitch, that's a mutated plague rat. Fiddlesticks is a scarecrow, and in his lore we see that he stood still until someone went close enough to him, and then he would take his life. In the end, the council finally found a purpose to Fiddlesticks, and he was used as an executioner, and they only have control over him while he's in the field of justice. But who or what he is waiting for inside his chamber is unknown. Next we have the creatures from the Shadow Isles. Those are the Spectres, the Wraiths and the Leeches. The Spectres are Hecarim and Thresh, Mordekaiser is a Wraith, and the only Leech we know of by now is Karthus. Those are all demonic and evil creatures from the Shadow Isles. Spirits also inhabit the world of League of Legends. They are also creatures of godlike power and are similar to Celestials in a way, and they try to help maintain the balance of the natural world and help the good. The Meeps that accompany Bard are an example of such creatures, and Kindred is also known as the Lamb and the Wolf. They are rumored to originate from spirits from a forgotten era, and they just took the form of the Herald of Death. There are also techmaturgical constructs that are something like robots with conscience, and the only two of them that we know for now are Blitzcrank and Oriana. Next we also have Trends, and the only trend in the game for now is Maokai and his little children that he's eating or crushing every time. Of course, League of Legends is full with trolls, and the Troll King is Trundle, and they are grotesque creatures that inhabit the Freljord, and most of them are blue-skinned and live in tribes. Some of them just live in their homes at the computer, and lately they have begun preparing for war, rallying under their king, Trundle. Undead creatures also exist in Runeterra, and two examples are Cyan and Amumu. They're abominable creatures created when the barrier between life and death is shattered and defiled. They predominantly reside with the Shadow Isles, but their influence and manifestations have reached Valorant's shores over the past years. Then we have the Ursine, and those are a race of Freljordian bears who are strong, honorable and most notably stand upright. Their leader is Volibear, and he had a vision where his race was extinct, so now he's preparing for war to save his people. There are plenty of Voidborn champions, and there are many races of Voidborn creatures. For instance, Rek'Sai is a Xer'Sai, that's her race, and they are intelligent entities that want to conquer other realms outside of their own. And they live in a void, an alien realm of darkness, and their primary purpose is to consume, while the reason behind this varies from Voidborn to Voidborn. And there are many examples of Voidborn champions in League of Legends. Like I said, Rek'Sai is one of them. Another example would be Kha'Zix, Cho'Gath or Kog'Maw. Next, as mentioned before, there are the Watchers, that are now gone, but Lysandra is still seeking them. The Watchers were powerful creatures of ice and frost that seek to reign over Freljord, but now are gone, and they are also the makers of the Iceborn. Next we have the Werewolves, and werewolves exist in the world, even if vampires don't, because Vladimir is considered to be human, not a vampire. But Warwick is known to be a werewolf, and he was once a man that was transformed. And he was known for tracking down human specimens for dark types of scientific research. From his ambitions, he took a potion and he was transformed forever into Warwick. There are also Yetis in the world, and one of them is Nunu's Yeti. And finally, of course, we have the Yordles, that are small creatures with plenty hair colors, and they live primarily in Yordle lands and also have a good relationship with the human nations, and specifically with Piltover. They are very intelligent beings, and they made progresses in technology. Males are more commonly covered in hair than females, and it's believed that Yordles have evolved from immense huge creatures of incredible ferocity and strength before shrinking down and gaining greater intelligence with time. And those are the races from League of Legends. Let me know which one you find the most interesting and if you find a new one, but I think I've covered all of them that we know for now. And please subscribe for more and for the giveaway, and thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.